Hey guys, Master back here with another video for you today. I'm sounding a little bit sick, so keep that in mind. But here we have an original Mac SE. You probably have trouble seeing that, but it has problems with loading from the hard disk. Everything runs fine once you get it started. Now granted, I don't have any 800K disks I can throw in here to see if it works, but the rest of the machine, it does seem to actually do things. So we have to replace that hard drive with one that already has Mac OS on it, or Macintosh System 6 in our case. So first of all, you're going to remove the back of that CRT board so you don't neck it by accident. A lot of people don't do this. This is the only thing you have to worry about for high voltage, and that is completely dead right now. There's nothing in there. This acts as a capacitor. If you don't take that off, you're perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about it. Now, I took that off because I have to remove the power cable for the hard disk, which is right down in there. This is not a tutorial video. I'm just telling you what I'm all doing before I do it. And there's power cable for the hard disk disconnected. You want to grab down in here. I don't know how well you can see it in there. There's a floppy drive cable. There's two cables. SCSI disk cable, which is the long one for the hard disk. 50 pins. Oh, come on now. There we go. There's the Apple SCSI disk controller cable. And you also want to be careful not to break this sealing off, or the pins, which is why I took this board off. It's got an insulation cut on the back, so I don't have to worry about it shorting against anything. Even if there is a charge in there, it's totally fine. It's all insulated. We gotta go ahead and remove floppy drive cable. Now, you're gonna lift the motherboard up, logic board. Power cable is this big thing right here. You have to grab this. There's a tab on the bottom. You have to push upwards. I'm going to set this down because it's a two-handed job. You gotta hold the motherboard in place, lift the tab, or push on the tab up, and then pull the logic board out, or pull the cable out. Sorry. Yeah. There we go. Power cable is out. It's keyed, so you don't have to worry about it. Now you gotta lift this up, and be careful when you lift this up, because you can get stuck sometimes, like I'm stuck right now. So you gotta lift it up evenly. That's the key part to it. It's a little bit difficult sometimes. You want to make sure not to bend anything too much. And you want to make sure not to break anything either. Pry this out, kind of. See, I'm just trying to lift up. It's stuck, which sucks, but let's see if we can get it out first by doing this. So you can do, you get yourself a screwdriver, you can pry these tabs up at the bottom here. Little tabs across here. You can try prying those up. Or on the other side, there's those as well. Try and make it easier to slide out. See, this is where it's catching right now. It's hard to show you because it's a little light here. Those little tabs right there, they've got little bumps on the edges. And they're stopping me from taking the motherboard out. The logic board, I don't want them to. This really is a lot easier if you have someone to help you hold that tab down. Or if you don't have the tabs at all, that helps as well. Oh, somewhere. Yep. It's being troublesome. You get the idea. You can lift this out, and that's basically it. Because then it's all there. So I just don't see where it's catching. Is it maybe that up there? There it goes. And see, you pull it up and then it turns out, and then you slide it out from there. But be careful of the speaker wire. There's your logic board. Put that over to the side. Then you have the rest of your computer here to goof off with. Now what I'm going to do here is time to get the drive cage out. So you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver for that. I have to set this down because... But here, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws that you need to remove for the drive cage. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those. We have a long running video, probably going to be not much commentary, because this is really basically all I do anyways. This time, instead of being at a workbench getting paid to do it, this is my house because I'm doing it as a hobby. Go ahead and remove the rest of the screws. I don't know what that tab was all about thing. That tab thing was all about. I don't really like that whole method of... I mean, I wish I could do something about that. There's not much I can do, though. So now that I have those 4 screws removed, go ahead and move my tools to the side for just a moment. I can lift the drive cage out, lift it upwards towards the CRT, and then out. And then we have our 20 megabyte mini scrap hard disk, and in this case a high density diskette drive, which this computer doesn't know how to use, so it's worthless. So I'm going to put the original diskette drive back in, which is just a double-sided drive, and I'm going to put it in this 80 megabyte hard disk. And you basically just do the whole thing in reverse. You can easily take these out. There are only 4 screws holding each of them in, and you'll be all good. Thank you for watching.